Aroma. A pleasant smell. The aroma of fresh bread filled the room. Beverage. A drink. Tea is a popular beverage in many countries. Cluster. A group of similar things close together. A cluster of stars was visible in the sky. Combine. To join together. You can combine milk and chocolate to make cocoa. Condensed. Made shorter or thicker. This is a condensed version of the report. Contemporary. Modern or from the same time period. Picasso was a contemporary of Matisse. Cultivate. To grow plants or improve skills. Farmers cultivate rice in this region. Divine. Related to God. They believe in divine power. Humid. Having a lot of moisture in the air. The weather is hot and humid today. Odor. A smell, often unpleasant. There was a strange odor in the room. Palate. The sense of taste. The dish was prepared to please the palate. Paradise. A perfect and beautiful place. The island felt like paradise. Plantation. A large farm where crops are grown. He owns a coffee plantation. Rapid. Happening quickly. The river has a rapid current. Rate. The speed or level of something. The crime rate has decreased this year. Soothing. Making you feel calm. The music had a soothing effect. Subtle. Not obvious. She gave me a subtle smile. Texture. The way something feels. The texture of the fabric is very soft. Toxic. Poisonous. This plant is toxic to animals. Vary. To be different. Prices vary from store to store. Admiral. A high-ranking naval officer. The admiral gave orders to the fleet. Arc. A curved shape. The ball flew in an arc over the wall. Character. A person in a story or qualities of a person. This book has a main character named John. Conscience. A sense of right and wrong. His conscience told him to apologize. Escape. To get away from something. They managed to escape the fire. Fiery. Burning strongly, or showing strong emotion. She gave a fiery speech. Flesh. The soft part of the body. The fruit's flesh is sweet. Grapefruit. A large citrus fruit. I like to eat grapefruit for breakfast. I. Dried grass used for animals. The horses were eating hay. Horrified. Very shocked or afraid. She was horrified by the news. Kerosene. A type of fuel. The lamp runs on kerosene. Loop. A circular shape. The rope was tied in a loop. Middle. The center part. He is sitting in the middle of the room. Paddle. A flat object for moving a boat. He used a paddle to row the boat. Sour. Having a sharp, acidic taste. The milk tastes sour. Stake. A post, or something at risk. He has a big stake in the company. Steward. A person who manages or serves. The steward served drinks on the plane. String. A thin piece of cord. Tie it with a piece of string. Thorn. A sharp point on a plant. The rosebush has many thorns. Wreck. A destroyed vehicle or building. The shipwreck was found under the sea. Admonish. To warn or scold. The teacher admonished the noisy students. Audible. Able to be heard. His voice was barely audible. Awesome. Very impressive. The view from the mountain was awesome. Beware. To be careful about something. Beware of the dog. Brag. To talk with pride about something. He likes to brag about his achievements. Conscious. Awake and aware. She was conscious during the operation. Disagree. To have a different opinion. I disagree with your idea. Echo. A repeated sound. The cave echoed our voices. Eventual. Happening at the end of a process. The eventual result was better than we expected. Hint. A small piece of advice or clue. She gave me a hint about the surprise party. Idiot. A very foolish person. Don't be an idiot and forget your keys again. Immense. Extremely large. The mountain looked immense from here. Indirect. Not direct. He gave me an indirect answer to my question. Option. A choice. You have the option to cancel the order. Pastime. An activity done for fun. Reading is my favorite pastime. Perfect. Without any mistakes. The cake looks perfect. Pinpoint. To locate exactly. We need to pinpoint the source of the problem. Switch. To change from one to another. You can switch to another channel. Thorough. Very careful and detailed. The report was thorough and complete. Torment. Great pain or suffering. He was in torment after the accident. Abrupt. Sudden and unexpected. The meeting ended with an abrupt decision. Agony. Extreme pain. She was in agony after breaking her leg. Assassin. A person who kills someone important. The assassin was caught by the police. Beard. Hair on the chin and cheeks. He grew a long beard last winter. Beast. A large and dangerous animal. The beast roared loudly. Chapel. A small church. The wedding took place in a small chapel. Commentator. Someone who describes events. The commentator explained the game well. Con. To trick someone. He tried to con old people out of their money. Consensus. General agreement. We reached a consensus after long talks. Conspiracy. A secret plan by a group. The conspiracy was uncovered by the police. Coup. A sudden seizure of power. The military coup changed the country. Cynical. Believing people are selfish. He is too cynical to trust politicians. Dome. A rounded roof. The building has a golden dome. Exclaim. To speak suddenly and loudly. Wow, she exclaimed when she saw the gift. Forum. A place to discuss ideas. I asked my question on an online forum. Glamour. Charm and beauty. The city is full of glamour and lights. Harass. To trouble or annoy repeatedly. Stop harassing your classmates. Illuminate. To light up. The street was illuminated by lamps. Inflame. To make feelings stronger. His words inflamed the crowd. Melody. A pleasant tune. This song has a beautiful melody. A while. For a short time. Please wait here for a while. Cyberspace. The online world. Many people meet in cyberspace these days. Edit. To make changes to text or film. I need to edit my essay before submitting it. Essay. A short written work. I wrote an essay about the environment. Evaluate. To judge or assess. The teacher will evaluate your project. Faint. To lose consciousness briefly. She might faint if she sees blood. Global. Worldwide. Climate change is a global issue. Gymnasium. A large indoor sports hall. The school gymnasium is very big. Highlight. To make something stand out. Please highlight the main points in the text. Ignorant. Lacking knowledge. He is ignorant about world history. Index. An alphabetical list. Look it up in the book's index. Lecture. An educational talk. The professor gave a lecture on art history. Moral. Relating to right and wrong. The story teaches a moral lesson. Operate. To work or control. He can operate the machine easily. Private. Not public. This is a private conversation. Recent. Happening not long ago. I moved to a new house in recent months. Resolution. A firm decision. My resolution is to exercise more. Semester. Half of a school year. This semester I'm taking 4 classes. Typewritten. Written by a typewriter or computer. The letter was typewritten. Weird. Strange. That's a weird-looking cat. Accustom. To get used to something. You will soon accustom yourself to the new job. Alpha. The first or most important. He is the alpha in the group. Arouse. To cause a feeling or reaction. The speech aroused great interest. Articulate. To express clearly. She can articulate her ideas well. Buzz. A continuous humming sound. I heard a buzz coming from the machine. Clash. To fight or disagree strongly. The two groups clashed in the street. Classification. Putting things into groups. The books are arranged by classification. Cling. To hold tightly. The child clung to his mother. Compliance. Following rules or requests. The company is in compliance with the law. Comprehend. To understand. I cannot comprehend his decision. Congregate. To gather together. People congregated in the square. Custody. Control or care of someone. The child is in his mother's custody. Disperse. To spread in different directions. The crowd dispersed after the meeting. Embody. To represent or show an idea. She embodies kindness. Empirical. Based on experience or experiments. The study is based on empirical evidence. Exclusion. The act of keeping out. His exclusion from the team was a shock. Flock. A group of animals or birds. A flock of sheep is grazing. Graze. To feed on grass. The cows graze in the field. Intelligent, smart, and able to learn easily. She is an intelligent student. Jungle. A tropical forest. Tigers live in the jungle. Account. A record or explanation. He gave a full account of the event. Architect. A person who designs buildings. The architect designed a modern house. Conceal. To hide. He tried to conceal the truth. Crime. An illegal act. Theft is a crime. Deed. An action. Helping the poor is a good deed. Gratitude. A feeling of thanks. I expressed my gratitude to her. Habitat. A natural home for animals or plants. The forest is the habitat of many animals. Intervene. To get involved, to stop something. The teacher intervened in the fight. Landmark. A famous building or place. The Eiffel Tower is a Paris landmark. Legal. Allowed by law. It is legal to drive at 18. Memorable. Worth remembering. Our trip to Italy was memorable. Oblige. To do something because it is needed. They were obliged to leave early. Offense. A crime or wrong act. Lying is a serious offense. Proclaim. To announce officially. The king proclaimed a holiday. Rally. A large meeting. Thousands join the rally for peace. Resolve. To find a solution. We must resolve the problem soon. Resource. Something useful. Water is a valuable resource. Sentence. The punishment for a crime. He received a long prison sentence. Volunteer. A person who offers to help. She works as a volunteer at the hospital. Witness. A person who sees something happen. The witness spoke to the police. Access. A way to enter or use something. Only staff have access to this room. Conduct. To organize or do something. They conduct research on climate change. Constant. Happening all the time. The noise is constant in the city. Crack. A line in something broken. There's a crack in the wall. Device. A tool or machine. This device can take photos and videos. Enclose. To put inside and close. Please enclose your photo with the letter. Grip. To hold firmly. She gripped my hand tightly. Halt. To stop. The police halted the car. Impending. About to happen soon. A storm is impending. Influence. The power to change something. Parents influence their children's choices. Law. Rules of a country. The new law was passed last week. Mode. A way or style of doing something. Silent mode is on. Perspire. To sweat. He was perspiring after running. Replace. To put something in place of another. I need to replace the battery. Snap. To break suddenly. The branch snapped under the weight. Sly. Clever in a dishonest way. He gave me a sly smile. Tend. To take care of something. She tends the garden every day. Valid. Legally acceptable. This ticket is valid for 1 day. Version. A particular form of something. I have the latest version of the app. Whatsoever. At all, used for emphasis. He has no interest whatsoever in sports. Alongside. Next to something. She walked alongside me. Appetite. The desire to eat. The medicine reduced my appetite. Assist. To help. I will assist you with your work. Breeze. A light wind. A cool breeze came from the sea. Defy. To refuse to obey. They defied the rules. Display. To show. The shop displays new clothes in the window. Efficient. Working well without waste. Solar energy is an efficient power source. Feeble. Very weak. His voice was feeble. Forgive. To stop feeling angry at someone. Please forgive my mistake. Lively. Full of energy. The city is lively at night. Majestic. Very beautiful and grand. The mountains look majestic in the morning light. Nor. Not either. She didn't speak, nor did she smile. Outraged. Very angry. He was outraged by the unfair decision. Pessimistic. Expecting bad things. She is pessimistic about the future. Relationship. A connection between people. They have a close relationship. Slap. To hit quickly with the flat part of the hand. She gave him a gentle slap on the cheek. Smash. To break into pieces violently. The glass fell and smashed into tiny pieces. Successful. Achieving a desired result. She was successful in passing the exam. Wage. The money paid for work done. The company increased the minimum wage. Whereas, in contrast or comparison, she likes tea, whereas I prefer coffee. Animate. To make something move or seem alive. The movie used special effects to animate the characters. Classify. To arrange into categories. The books are classified by subject. Concede. To admit something is true. He conceded that he had made a mistake. Concept. An idea or principle. The concept of time is difficult for children to understand. Construct. To build or put together. They plan to construct a new bridge. Decade. A period of 10 years. The company has grown a lot over the last decade. Diagram. A drawing showing how something works. The teacher drew a diagram on the board. Ferry. A boat that carries people or goods across water. We took a ferry to the island. Handy. Useful and easy to use. This tool is very handy for fixing bikes. Isolate. To separate from others. The patient was isolated to prevent infection. Longing. A strong feeling of wanting something. She felt a longing for her hometown. Numerous. Many in number. There are numerous reasons to visit this city. Particle. A very small piece of something. Dust particles floated in the sunlight. Plea. An urgent request. He made a plea for help. Refrain. To stop yourself from doing something, please refrain from smoking here. Review. To look over something again. She reviewed her notes before the exam. Sophisticated, complex, and advanced. The new software is more sophisticated than the old one. Surrender. To give up. The army surrendered after a long battle. Upright. Standing straight. He sat upright in his chair. Worthwhile. Worth the time or effort. Volunteering is a worthwhile activity. Alliance. An agreement between countries or groups. The two countries formed an alliance. Applause. Clapping, to show approval. The audience gave a loud applause. Armed. Carrying weapons. The soldiers were armed and ready. Authoritative, confident, and commanding. She spoke in an authoritative voice. Bravery. Courage in the face of danger. His bravery saved many lives. Ceremony. A formal event. The wedding ceremony was beautiful. Culture. The customs and traditions of a group. We learned about Japanese culture. Defense. Protection from harm. The castle's defense was strong. Detail. A small part of something. I remember every detail of that day. Diverse. Showing variety. The city has a diverse population. Enchant. To delight greatly. The story will enchant young readers. Equip. To provide with what is needed. They equipped the lab with new machines. Exception. Something that is not included. This rule has no exceptions. Genre. A category of art or music. My favorite movie genre is comedy. Impact. A strong effect. The new law had a big impact on businesses. Lure. To attract. The smell of bread lured me into the bakery. Obstacle. Something that blocks the way. Fear is the biggest obstacle to success. Shelter. A place to stay safe. They found shelter from the storm. Supply. To provide something. They supply food to local markets. Vain. Without success. He tried in vain to fix the car. Alternative. Another option. We need an alternative plan. Avenue. A wide street. They walked down the main avenue. Belly. Stomach. My belly hurts after eating too much. Bid. An offer to buy. He made a bid for the painting. Blow. To move air or cause something to move. The wind will blow all night. Conflict. A disagreement. The two groups are in conflict. Continent. A large landmass. Africa is a large continent. Current. Happening now. The current situation is difficult. Disrespect. Lack of respect. His words showed disrespect. Enthusiasm. Strong excitement. She showed great enthusiasm for the project. Harsh. Unpleasant and difficult. The desert has a harsh climate. Lean. To rest against something. He leaned against the wall. Meantime. The time between two events. In the meantime, we can prepare the room. Mischief. Bad but not serious behavior. The children were full of mischief. Muscle, tissue that moves the body. Exercise strengthens muscles. Rescue, to save from danger. The firefighters rescued the family. Succession, a series of things. He won 3 games in succession. Terrain, land or ground type. The terrain is rocky and uneven. Timid, shy and lacking courage. The timid boy hid behind his mother. Violence, physical force to hurt. Violence should never be tolerated. Affect, to influence. The weather will affect our plans. Autograph, a person's signature. The fan asked for the actor's autograph. Bead, a small, round piece used for decoration. She made a necklace with colorful beads. Brew, to make a drink like tea or coffee. She brewed a pot of tea. Charm, a quality that attracts others. His charm won everyone over. Destiny, what happens in the future. She believes it is her destiny to be a writer. Equipment, tools or machines for a task. The gym has new equipment. Horn, a hard, pointed growth on an animal's head. The cow has long horns. Irritable, easily annoyed. He is irritable when he is tired. Lag, to be slower than others. The runner lagged behind the group. Nightmare, a frightening or unpleasant dream. I had a nightmare about being chased by a monster. Nutritious, providing the substances needed for health. Fruits and vegetables are nutritious foods. Protein, a substance found in food that helps the body grow. Eggs are a great source of protein. Signature, a person's name written in their own handwriting. Please put your signature at the bottom of the page. Stuff, a collection of things. I need to pack my stuff before the trip. Subconscious, the part of the mind that is not fully aware. Your subconscious can influence your decisions. Van, a type of vehicle used for carrying goods or people. We rented a van for the family trip. Warn, to tell someone about a possible danger. She warned me about the slippery floor. Workout, physical exercise. I have a workout session every morning. Zoom, to move quickly or to magnify an image. The car zoomed past us. Brick, a small block used for building. The house was built with red bricks. Crumble, to break into small pieces. The cookie crumbled in my hands. Dough, a mixture of flour and water for baking. Knead the dough until it is smooth. Express, to communicate thoughts or feelings. He expressed his opinion clearly. Fist, a hand with the fingers clenched. He punched the wall with his fist. Flexible, able to bend or change easily. This material is very flexible. Flush, to become red in the face, or to clean with water. She flushed with embarrassment. Injure, to cause harm or damage. He injured his leg while playing football. Lump, a small, hard mass. There's a lump in the cake batter. Mixture, a combination of different things. The soup is a mixture of vegetables and spices. reconcile, to make peace after a disagreement. They finally reconciled after years of conflict. Ruin, to destroy or damage something. The rain ruined our picnic. Shatter, to break into many pieces. The glass shattered when it fell. Shutter, a cover for a window. The shop closed its shutters for the night. Sift, to separate fine parts from larger ones. Sift the flour before baking. Slight, small in amount or degree. There's a slight chance of rain today. Sparkle, to shine brightly. Her eyes sparkled with excitement. Sprinkle, to scatter small drops or pieces. Sprinkle some cheese on top of the pasta. Stale, no longer fresh. The bread is stale. Utter, to speak or say something. She didn't utter a word during the meeting. Although, despite the fact that, although it rained, we went hiking. Apply, to make a formal request or use something. I will apply for the job tomorrow. Await, to wait for something. We eagerly await the results. Beloved, dearly loved. She is beloved by her friends. Climate, the typical weather of a region. The climate here is very dry. Complain, to express dissatisfaction. He complained about the noise. Confuse, to make someone uncertain or unable to think clearly. The instructions confused me. Due, expected at a certain time. The rent is due tomorrow. Establish, to set up or create. They established a new company last year. Furnace, a device for heating. The furnace keeps the house warm in winter. Leash, a cord used to control an animal. The dog was on a leash. Mature, fully grown or developed. He is very mature for his age. Measure, to find the size or amount of something. Measure the table before buying a cloth. Midst, the middle part of something. In the midst of the crowd I saw her. Misery, great suffering or unhappiness. Poverty causes misery. Powerless, without ability or strength. I felt powerless to stop the disaster. Prior, happening before something else. I had no prior experience in teaching. Research, the study of a subject to learn more about it. She is doing research on climate change. Spaceship, a vehicle for travel in space. The spaceship landed on Mars. Variety, different types of something. This shop sells a variety of fruits. Altogether, completely, entirely. It was altogether a pleasant trip. Bind, to tie or fasten tightly. He used rope to bind the boxes together. Bruise, a dark mark on the skin from injury. She got a bruise on her arm after falling. Custom, a traditional way of doing something. It's a custom to give gifts at weddings. Disobedient, refusing to follow rules or orders. The disobedient child ignored the teacher. Foresee, to know something will happen before it does. No one can foresee the future. Glimpse, a quick look at something. I caught a glimpse of the actor at the airport. Hoop, a circular band or ring. The child jumped through the hoop. Misfortune. Bad luck. She had the misfortune of losing her wallet. Negative. Not positive, harmful. He always sees the negative side of things. Per. For each. Tickets cost $10 per person. Plead. To ask urgently or emotionally. She pleaded for help. Rip. To tear something quickly. He ripped the letter in half. Sake. The purpose or reason for something. He did it for the sake of peace. Scrape. To rub against a rough surface. I scraped my knee when I fell. Source. Where something comes from. The river is the main water source for the village. Stern. Serious and strict. The teacher gave a stern warning. Stitch. A loop of thread in sewing or a wound. The doctor put 3 stitches in his cut. Thump. A heavy hit or sound. I heard a loud thump upstairs. Vehement. Showing strong feeling. He gave a vehement speech about justice. Ailing. Sick or unwell. The ailing man needed medical attention. Alike. Similar to each other. The twins look alike. Appall. To shock or horrify. The news appalled the public. Bathe. To wash in water. I like to bathe in the sea. Bounds. Limits or restrictions. His behavior was beyond the bounds of politeness. Critique. A detailed review or evaluation. She wrote a critique of the new movie. Demography. The study of populations. Demography helps us understand population trends. Diagnosis. The identification of a disease. The doctor gave a diagnosis of flu. Dip. To put something briefly into liquid. Dip the bread in the soup. Distress. Extreme anxiety or pain. The news caused her great distress. Fever. High body temperature. He has a high fever from the flu. Grim. Very serious or unpleasant. The news painted a grim picture of the future. Gut. Stomach or intestines. Eating too fast can upset your gut. Helmet. Protective head covering. Wear a helmet when riding a bike. Herb. A plant used for flavor or medicine. Basil is a popular cooking herb. Militant. Aggressive supporter of a cause. The militant group demanded changes. Miracle. An extraordinary event. It was a miracle he survived the accident. Mourn. To feel sadness for a loss. They mourned the death of their friend. Nonsense. Words or ideas without meaning. What you're saying is complete nonsense. Physician. A medical doctor. You should see a physician about your cough. Accent. A way of pronouncing words. She speaks English with a French accent. Barber. A person who cuts hair. I go to the barber every month. Basement. The lowest floor of a building. The basement is used for storage. Blank. Empty or without writing. Fill in the blank space. Blink. To close and open eyes quickly. He blinked in surprise. Choir. A group of singers. The choir sang beautifully. Comic. Funny or humorous. The movie was very comic. Complicate. To make more difficult. Don't complicate the situation. Decline. To become less or refuse. Sales declined last year. Errand. A short trip. To do something. I have an errand to run at the bank. Glove. A covering for the hand. She wore gloves in the cold. Hermit. A person living alone. The hermit lived in the mountains. Justly. In a fair way. He was justly rewarded for his efforts. Leather. Material made from animal skin. This bag is made of leather. Ponder. To think deeply. She pondered over the question. Reserve. To book in advance. I reserved a table at the restaurant. Script. The written text of a play or movie. The actor memorized the script. Search. To look for something. I searched the internet for information. Slam. To close violently. He slammed the door shut. Staircase. A set of steps inside a building. The staircase leads to the second floor. Afflicted. Suffering from a problem or illness. He is afflicted with asthma. Aisle. A passage between rows. Walk down the aisle to your seat. Atmosphere. The mood or air around. The atmosphere in the room was tense. Author. The writer of a book. J.K. Rowling is the author of Harry Potter. Breakdown. A mechanical or mental failure. My car had a breakdown. Cargo. Goods carried by ship or plane. The ship carried valuable cargo. Chapter. A section of a book. I read 3 chapters of the book. Connect. To join together. Please connect the cable to the computer. Etc. And so on. Bring paper, pens, etc. to the class. Flip. To turn over quickly. Flip the page to continue reading. Idle. Not active. The machine has been idle for months. Notify. To inform someone. Please notify me if you're late. Pea. A small round green seed. I like pea soup. Raisin. Dried grape. She added raisins to the cake. Retain. To keep or hold. He retains control of the company. State. A condition or situation. He is in a state of shock. Tray. A flat plate for carrying things. She brought tea on a tray. Unfortunate. Unlucky. It was an unfortunate accident. Vivid. Bright and clear. The painting has vivid colors. Vomit. To throw up food. He felt sick and vomited. Ambition. A strong desire to achieve something. Her ambition is to become a doctor. Ambulance. Vehicle for transporting sick/injured people. The ambulance arrived quickly. Ankle. The joint between the foot and leg. He twisted his ankle while running. Cabin. A small house or room. We stayed in a mountain cabin. Calendar. A chart showing days and months. The meeting is marked on my calendar. Calorie. A unit of energy in food. This snack has 200 calories. Cave. A large hole in the ground or mountain. The cave was dark and cold. Constantly, all the time. She constantly checks her phone. Contingent, dependent on something. Our trip is contingent on the weather. Deadline, the last time to do something. The deadline for the project is Friday. Exert, to use effort or power. He exerted himself to finish the race. Flank, the side of something. Soldiers attacked from the flank. Fond, having affection for something. She is fond of animals. Forbid, to order not to do something. Smoking is forbidden here. Haul, to pull or carry something. They hauled the boxes upstairs. Impair, to damage or weaken. His vision was impaired after the accident. Impatient, not willing to wait. Don't be impatient. Wait your turn. Mid, the middle part. We met in mid-July. Nutrition, the process of getting food for health. Good nutrition is important for children. Optimist, a person who expects good things. An optimist always sees the bright side. Background, the part behind the main object. The mountains are in the background. Bait, food to attract animals or fish. He used worms as bait for fishing. Chronicle, a record of events. The book chronicles the history of the city. Copper, a red-brown metal. The pot is made of copper. Disease, illness. The disease spread quickly. Folklore, traditional stories and culture. The folklore of the region is fascinating. Infect, to cause disease. The virus can infect humans and animals. Itch, an irritating feeling on the skin. Mosquito bites make me itch. Literature, written works like books. She studied English literature. Millennium, a period of 1,000 years. The year 2000 marked a new millennium. Myth, a traditional story, often untrue. The myth of the dragon is well known. Promote, to help something grow or improve. The company promotes healthy living. Relate, to connect or tell about. He related the story to his childhood. Religion, belief in a god or gods. Christianity is a major world religion. Sum, the total amount. The sum of 5 and 7 is 12. Teller, a bank worker. The bank teller counted the money. Trustworthy, able to be relied on. He is a trustworthy friend. Update, the latest information. I updated my phone software. Vein, a blood vessel. Blood flows through the veins. Venom, poison from an animal. The snake's venom is deadly. Charity, giving help to the needy. She donates to charity every year. Commerce, buying and selling of goods. The city is a center of commerce. Condemn, to strongly disapprove. The government condemned the attack. Cozy, comfortable and warm. The room felt cozy and warm. Deplete, to use up something. Overfishing depletes fish stocks. Economy, the system of trade and money. The economy is growing rapidly. Empire. A group of countries under one rule. The Roman Empire lasted for centuries. Goods. Items for sale. The store sells imported goods. Heed. To pay attention to. You should heed the warning signs. Hitchhike. To get free rides in cars. They hitchhiked across the country. Mock. To make fun of. They mocked his accent. Neutral. Not supporting either side. Switzerland is neutral in conflicts. Persecute. To treat someone badly for beliefs. Many were persecuted for their religion. Pity. Feeling of sorrow for someone. She felt pity for the homeless man. Reduce. To make smaller or less. We need to reduce our expenses. Scribe. A person who writes. Ancient scribes recorded history. Temper. Mood or emotional state. He has a bad temper. Throne. The seat of a king or queen. The king sat on the golden throne. Unity. Being joined together. National unity is important. Victor. Winner. The victor of the match celebrated. Accurate. Correct. Without errors. The data is accurate and reliable. Analyze. To study something carefully. Scientists analyze the results. Asteroid. A small rocky object in space. An asteroid passed close to Earth. Controversy. Public disagreement. The decision caused controversy. Evolve. To develop over time. Humans evolved over millions of years. Factor. Something that influences a result. Weather is a key factor in farming. Genetic. Relating to genes. Eye color is a genetic trait. Genome. All the genetic material of an organism. Scientists mapped the human genome. Identical. Exactly the same. The twins are identical. Intellectual. Relating to the mind. He enjoys intellectual discussions. Majority. More than half. The majority voted for change. Mammal. Warm-blooded animal with hair. Humans are mammals. Multiply. To increase in number. Rabbits multiply quickly. Offspring. Children or young of an animal. The bird feeds its offspring. Pesticide. Chemical to kill pests. Farmers use pesticides on crops. Regulate. To control by rules. The law regulates traffic. Reinforce. To make stronger. The army reinforced the defenses. Stricken. Seriously affected. The town was stricken by the flood. Vast. Very large. The desert is vast and empty. Vegetarian. A person who doesn't eat meat. She has been a vegetarian for 5 years. Bowl. A deep dish. He ate soup from a bowl. Cooking. Preparing food. I enjoy cooking Italian dishes. Dense. Thick. Closely packed. The forest is dense with trees. Dignity. Self-respect. He accepted the award with dignity. Dominate. To control. The team dominated the game. Earthen. made of earth or clay. The house has earthen walls. Hostile, unfriendly. The crowd was hostile to the speaker. Incorrect, not correct. Your answer is incorrect. Intake, amount taken in. Limit your sugar intake. Likewise, in the same way. She smiled, and he likewise responded. Machine, a device with moving parts. This machine makes coffee. Medication, medicine. The doctor prescribed medication. Obscure, unclear, unknown. The meaning of the poem is obscure. Oppress, to treat unfairly and cruelly. The regime oppressed its people. Peel, to remove the skin from fruit/vegetable. Peel the potatoes before boiling. Prescription, written order for medicine. You need a prescription for this drug. Progress, forward movement. She made great progress in English. Sandy, covered with sand. The beach is sandy and warm. Shortage, a lack of something. There is a shortage of water. Skillful, good at doing something. She is skillful in painting. Aircraft, a vehicle for flying. The aircraft landed safely. Celebrity, a famous person. The celebrity was surrounded by fans. Concrete, a building material. The floor is made of concrete. Decisive, able to make decisions quickly. She is a decisive leader. Esteemed, highly respected. He is an esteemed professor. Ethical, morally right. Ethical behavior is important in business. Extinct, no longer existing. Dinosaurs are extinct. Hardy, strong and able to survive. Hardy plants can survive the winter. Institute, an organization for education or research. He works at a medical institute. Jealousy, feeling of envy. Jealousy can ruin friendships. Migrate, to move from one place to another. Birds migrate south in winter. Nurture, to care for and encourage growth. Parents nurture their children. Overhead, above head level. The lamp hangs overhead. Principle, a basic truth or belief. Honesty is an important principle. Rural, relating to the countryside. He grew up in a rural village. Secluded, hidden and private. They stayed in a secluded cabin. Species, a group of similar organisms. There are many bird species here. Swamp, wet, muddy land. Alligators live in the swamp. Traverse, to travel across. They traverse the desert. Zoology, study of animals. She studies zoology at university. Accordingly, in a way that fits the situation. He acted accordingly to the rules. Anchor, a heavy object to keep a ship in place. The sailor dropped the anchor. Cause, something that makes something happen. The cause of the fire is unknown. Context, the situation around something. Understand the word in its context. Designate, to choose for a purpose. She was designated as team leader. Distort. To change something so it is wrong. The news distorted the facts. Dock. A platform for ships. The ship arrived at the dock. Energy. Power to do work. Solar panels produce energy. Frequent. Happening often. He is a frequent visitor. Gears. Parts that transmit motion in a machine. The gears need lubrication. Genuine. Real, authentic. This is genuine leather. Grease. Thick oil for lubrication. Apply grease to the hinges. Knowledge. Information and skills. Knowledge is power. Omit. To leave out. Don't omit any details. Offset. To balance something. The benefits offset the costs. Overlap. To partly cover. The papers overlap on the desk. Second-hand. Not new, used. I bought a second-hand car. Skill. Ability to do something well. Cooking is a useful skill. Slot. A narrow opening. Insert the card into the slot. Tactic. A planned way to achieve a goal. His tactic worked perfectly. Beneficial. Helpful, good. Exercise is beneficial for health. Birthplace. Place where someone was born. Paris is his birthplace. Capacity. Ability or space to hold. The hall has a capacity of 500. Comparative. Involving comparison. We did a comparative study. Comprehensive. Complete. Covering everything. This is a comprehensive guide. Conserve. To protect and save. We must conserve water. Crucial. Extremely important. Sleep is crucial for health. Cumulative. Increasing by adding. Cumulative stress can harm health. Deposit. To put money in a bank. I deposited money in my account. Distribute. To give out. They distributed food to the poor. Equator. An imaginary line around the middle of Earth. The equator divides the Earth into two halves. Exotic. Unusual and interesting. She bought an exotic plant from the market. Federal. Relating to a central government. The federal law applies to all states. Formation. The way something is arranged. Cloud formation can indicate the weather. Frequency. How often something happens. The frequency of earthquakes is increasing. Objective. A goal or aim. Our objective is to finish the project on time. Oxygen. A gas we breathe. Oxygen is essential for life. Rainforest. A dense forest in a tropical area. The Amazon rainforest is very large. Strategy. A plan to achieve something. We need a new strategy to win. Wooded. Covered with trees. The cabin is in a wooded area. Avail. Use or benefit. The offer is of no avail to me. Define. To explain the meaning of. Can you define this word? Dread. To fear greatly. She dreads speaking in public. Expand. To make larger. They plan to expand the business. Fundamental. Basic and essential. Freedom is a fundamental right. Horrifying. Very frightening. The movie had a horrifying scene. Incredulous. Unwilling to believe. He looked incredulous at the news. Linger. To stay longer than expected. She lingered at the cafe. Organism. A living thing. Humans are complex organisms. Paraphrase. To restate, in other words, please paraphrase this sentence. Plague. A widespread disease. The plague killed many people. Presently. Soon. The train will arrive presently. Random. By chance. The questions were in random order. Riot. A violent disturbance by a crowd. A riot broke out in the city. Scribble. To write carelessly. He scribbled a note. Shrine. A holy place. They visited a famous shrine. Solitude. Being alone. He enjoys solitude in the mountains. Stark. Very plain, obvious. The contrast is stark. Summon. To call someone to come. The king summoned his guards. Worsen. To make worse. The weather will worsen tonight. Automobile. A car. He bought a new automobile. Candidate. A person applying for a job. She is a candidate for the position. Confidential. Private and secret. This is confidential information. Corporate. Relating to a company. Corporate culture is important. Enhance. To improve. The new software enhances performance. Era. A period of time. The Victorian era was fascinating. Guideline. An instruction for how to do something. Follow the safety guidelines. Incorporate. To include as part of. We incorporated his ideas into the plan. Interact. To communicate with. Students interact with teachers daily. Interval. A break or period between. There will be a short interval. Mobile. Able to move easily. Mobile phones are everywhere. Modify. To change. We need to modify the design. Parallel. Side by side, same distance apart. The roads run parallel to each other. Phenomenon. Something unusual or remarkable. The rainbow is a natural phenomenon. Pollute. To make dirty. Factories pollute the river. Ridicule. To make fun of. They ridiculed his accent. Solar. Related to the sun. Solar energy is renewable. Territory. An area of land. Wolves defend their territory. Tournament. A competition. He won the tennis tournament. Transportation. Moving people or goods. Public transportation is cheap. Bill. A statement of money owed. The bill is $20. Boundary. A dividing line. The fence marks the boundary. Chaos. Complete disorder. The room was in chaos. Consistent. Always behaving the same. His results are consistent. Cyclone. A violent storm. A cyclone hit the coast. Doomed. Certain to fail or die. The plan was doomed from the start. Heir. A person who inherits. He is the heir to the throne. Martial. Related to war or the military. He is skilled in martial arts. Organic. Produced naturally. We buy organic vegetables. Poultry. Domestic birds for food. They raise poultry on their farm. Scramble. To move quickly. She scrambled up the hill. Sergeant. A rank in the military. The sergeant gave orders to the soldiers. Sheer. Complete, absolute. It was sheer luck. Stance. A way of standing or thinking. His stance on the issue is clear. Telegraph. Old system for sending messages. They sent a message by telegraph. Textile. Cloth or fabric. The region is famous for its textiles. Tornado. A violent windstorm. A tornado destroyed the town. Typhoon. A tropical storm. The typhoon caused heavy damage. Wail. To cry loudly. The baby wailed all night. Wardrobe. A closet for clothes. My clothes are in the wardrobe.